ever wandered along a quiet harbor at night, feeling the weight of centuries pressing softly against your mind, and sensed that beneath the calm waters, whispers of long-forgotten secrets await? Tonight, we explore the Columbus Day curse, secrets buried in the harbor, and I am Evelyn Blackwood, welcoming you to Midnight Murmurs Radio, where every gentle story drifts like a lantern over misted waves, inviting both serenity and a touch of intrigue. Before we step further into this harbor's timeless embrace, make yourself comfortable lying down where your body can fully relax, feeling the softness beneath your head and along your shoulders. Close your eyes slowly. Inhale deeply, letting the cool night air fill your lungs. Pause for a heartbeat and exhale, releasing the tension that the day may have left behind. Each breath carries you farther from the rush of daily life, guiding you into a calm, safe space where your imagination can wander freely, floating over the quiet piers and lantern-lit docks. In the distance, the water glimmers faintly under a silver moon, casting elongated reflections that dance like memories on the gentle ripples. Wooden beams creak softly under their own weight, and the faint scent of salt and fallen leaves drifts along the harbor, brushing against your skin with a cool, calming touch. Lanterns hang along the railings, their light swaying with a subtle rhythm, flickering shadows that stretch across the fog, hinting at stories untold. You may notice old ships resting quietly, masts standing like silent sentinels against the night sky, their sails long gone, holding within them the echoes of past voyages and choices made long ago. A distant lighthouse bell tolls slowly, its resonance carrying across the harbor, blending with the whisper of waves, lapping gently against the wooden hulls, a rhythm that mirrors your breathing, drawing your mind ever deeper into this imagined space. As the fog rolls closer, the outlines of figures appear, a sailor leaning against the railing, watching the waters, a merchant adjusting a coat, pausing as if listening for secrets carried by the tide. None speak. They exist simply as guardians of the harbor's memory, silent witnesses to the celebrations of Columbus Day past, where laughter mingled with unease, and every festivity left behind whispers that have lingered beneath the moonlight. The warehouses along the docks are quiet, doors swaying gently in the breeze, hiding forgotten tools, crates, and objects that carry the weight of unspoken histories, of promises and regrets tucked away in corners, long neglected. Your attention is drawn to the small details, the rough texture of the dock's planks under your fingertips, the glint of a rope catching the lantern's glow, the faint shuffle of a mouse seeking warmth among the crates, tiny movements that bring life to the stillness without disturbing the tranquility. Overhead, clouds drift slowly, veiling the moon in a soft, ethereal light that flickers across the fog, hinting at shapes and movements, suggesting stories that are just beyond reach, felt more than seen. Occasionally, the cry of a distant gull cuts through the calm, or the lantern sways, casting brief, fleeting patterns of light across hidden corners, where secrets rest, quiet and patient. The gentle rhythm of waves and distant bell tolls lulls you, drawing you into a meditative calm, your imagination weaving quietly with history, every shadow and reflection offering a soft invitation to explore without fear, to witness without intrusion. The harbor becomes a world suspended between time and memory, a space where curiosity can wander freely, discovering whispers of the Columbus Day curse, secrets buried beneath the tides, yet felt in the soft creak of the pier, in the shiver of a lantern's flame, in the gentle murmur of the fog itself. As this part of the story slowly fades, allow your body to sink deeper into comfort, your mind to float across the harbor's quiet surface and carry the soft magic of these whispered secrets into your dreams. If these gentle voyages into mystery and history bring you peace, I invite you to subscribe to Midnight Murmurs Radio, where every story is a soothing lantern in the night, guiding you toward the coziest, most calming sleep imaginable. Asterisk, as the harbor settles into the quiet rhythm of the night, you remain lying comfortably, eyes closed, breathing slowly and deeply, feeling the gentle rise and fall of your chest, the soft weight of your limbs sinking into support, and allow the calm to deepen with every exhale. The fog clings a little closer now, curling around the edges of the wooden docks like a protective blanket, softening the sounds of the night while carrying with it whispers of the past. Imagine stepping lightly along the pier in your mind, each footfall aligning with the pulse of the water beneath, the creak of boards and faint splash of waves, composing a gentle lullaby that guides your senses into a state of peace. Lanterns cast their warm, flickering glow over the edges of moored ships, painting delicate patterns across the water that shimmer and fade as if breathing. Your imagination can wander freely along these vessels, tracing the outlines of weathered hulls, imagining the names etched in fading letters, each one a story of journeys taken and secrets kept, histories layered upon histories. The harbor is quiet, yet in that quiet there is a presence, subtle and intangible, a sense that these waters have borne witness to choices, celebrations, and mistakes over countless Columbus days. You may sense shadows shifting beneath the pier, shapes that vanish when glanced at directly, leaving only a trace of curiosity. A chill brushing softly across your awareness, gentle enough to intrigue, soothing enough to not disturb your calm. Feel the soft brush of a cool breeze imagined against your skin, carrying the scent of salt, fallen leaves, and distant autumn fires, blending into a tapestry of sensory calm and mystery. As your breath continues its slow, rhythmic dance, your mind drifts toward the buildings lining the harbor, long warehouses and taverns, their windows dark yet echoing with memory's echoes of laughter, of hushed conversations, of footsteps on wooden floors, each sound folded into the history of this place, both comforting and faintly eerie. Occasionally, a lantern sways more than the others, casting shifting shadows across crates and barrels, and you notice them not as threats, but as invitations to explore stories buried deep within the harbor, secrets wrapped in quiet contemplation. Listen closely. The distant toll of the lighthouse bell, the soft flapping of sails or tarps, the subtle scrape of a rope across timber day, form a gentle symphony that syncs with your heartbeat, reinforcing calm even as the air carries hints of things unseen, of histories and mysteries lingering just out of reach. In this suspended moment, You might imagine figures wandering silently along the docks. A solitary sailor adjusting his coat, eyes scanning the horizon. A merchant pausing beside a crate, lost in thought, a lantern's glow illuminating his features, all caught in a delicate interplay between the real and the imagined, between peace and the faint thrill of discovery. Your senses become attuned to the small details, the textures, the sounds, the faint shimmer of moonlight across water and wood, guiding your mind to rest gently while simultaneously stirring curiosity. The very essence of a tale designed for a slow, immersive journey. The harbor stretches infinitely in your imagination, each dock, lantern, and wave a thread in a tapestry that binds history, legend, and gentle magic, reminding you that even in stillness, stories move, secrets linger, and moments of quiet wonder can bring both calm and a subtle thrill. As this part of the story draws to a close, feel the softness of your surroundings, the rhythmic pulse of your breathing, and allow the harbor's mysteries to settle around you like a protective mist. Let these whispered echoes of the Columbus Day curse flow into your dreams, gentle yet haunting, and as the story fades, surrender fully to a peaceful, restorative sleep. Remember, if these quiet journeys through history and imagination bring you comfort, Midnight Murmurs Radio awaits with more Tillies, each one a calming lantern for the night, guiding you into tranquility with every whispered secret. The harbor grows quieter still as your mind drifts along the misted piers, every breath deepening your connection to the gentle rhythm of the water lapping against the wooden posts. You remain lying comfortably, body fully supported, arms resting loosely by your sides, allowing the soft darkness behind your eyelids to cradle your awareness. The lanterns along the docks sway gently in the imagined breeze, casting their warm golden glow across slick planks and weathered beams, creating patterns that ripple and shimmer, inviting your imagination to wander between light and shadow. A distant foghorn hums softly, low and sonorous, vibrating through the air like a heartbeat that matches your own, grounding you even as the harbor unfolds layers of mystery. You notice small, delicate details in your mind's eye. A rope coiled meticulously on a dock, a weathered barrel tipped slightly, the faint outline of a ship's mast disappearing into the fog. Each element carries history stories of sailors returning from distant ports, merchants counting coins in the dim light, celebrations of Columbus Day that once filled this harbor with laughter and quiet unease. As the fog thickens, it curls around your imagination like gentle smoke, softening edges and blurring lines between past and present. Shapes emerge briefly in the mist, a shadow crossing a dock, the silhouette of a figure pausing as if to listen, then vanishing into the gray. The chill of unseen waves brushes against your awareness, not sharp or frightening, but enough to awaken a subtle thrill as the harbor's secrets begin to unfold. With each inhale, you draw in the scent of salt and fallen leaves, the faint musk of damp wood, mingling with the imagined warmth of lanterns and the ghost of autumn festivities long past. Exhale slowly, letting these scents guide you deeper into relaxation, your mind floating over the water, drifting between imagination and memory. You may feel the soft creak of a pier under invisible footsteps, the flutter of a canvas tarp in a gentle breeze, the distant echo of a bell from the lighthouse, all combining into a symphony that comes yet intrigues, that soothes yet hints at unseen layers beneath the surface. The harbor warehouses, darkened and still, seem to hold within them the weight of countless stories, some light-hearted, some tinged with regret, all waiting silently to be discovered by those willing to notice. You imagine peering into a shadowed doorway, glimpsing crates filled with forgotten objects, each carrying whispers of past choices, festivals celebrated, promises made and broken. Your mind can wander freely here, exploring without fear, tracing lines between the gentle waves and the secrets beneath, letting the rhythm of the harbor guide your breath and thoughts alike. Occasionally, a lantern flickers, revealing a shadow or a figure. For just a moment, a sailor adjusting a coat, a merchant pausing to glance at the water, but they fade as quickly as they appeared, leaving only the lingering sense of mystery, the subtle thrill of the unseen. The night sky stretches above, clouds drifting lazily, occasionally letting the moon's soft light spill through, illuminating the fog in delicate silver ribbons. This interplay of light and shadow invites a gentle reflection, a connection to history, to the choices of those who once walked these docks, whose stories are folded into the harbor like pages in a well-worn book. Each breath deepens your calm. Each wave and creak lulls your senses, allowing the gentle tension of curiosity to coexist with the soothing embrace of night. You are both observer and participant, floating through time and space, witnessing the whispers of the Columbus Day curse, feeling the history without disturbance, and letting your mind rest in the soft, rhythmic cadence of the harbor. As this part of the story slowly draws to a close, sink further into comfort, carrying the gentle magic of these whispered secrets into your awareness and dreams. Let the calm, coziest, most magical feelings guide you toward peaceful slumber. And remember, Midnight Murmurs Radio will continue to light your way through more quiet tales, each one a gentle lantern on the water, inviting serenity, wonder, and restful sleep. Asterisk, the harbor remains enveloped in a soft mist, each lantern's glow dancing across the water in delicate patterns. And as you lie there, fully relaxed, let your imagination wander gently among the piers and ships. Feel the comfort of your body sinking into the surface beneath you, every muscle loosening, every thought slowing, as if the night itself is breathing with you. The gentle lapping of waves against the docks forms a quiet rhythm, a natural lullaby, carrying whispers from centuries past. Imagine the wooden planks beneath your feet as you stroll mentally along the pier, their texture worn smooth by countless footsteps, some heavy with joy, others light with anticipation, each one leaving an invisible imprint that time has preserved. The fog curls lazily around the edges of your mind, softening the outlines of distant ships and warehouses, inviting curiosity without urgency, allowing the harbor's secrets to reveal themselves gently. Lanterns sway in a subtle breeze, casting flickering shadows that stretch across the water and docks, and in those shadows, your imagination can perceive the stories of sailors and merchants, figures who once celebrated Columbus Day with laughter mingled with quiet unease. The smell of salt water mingles with fallen leaves and faint smoke from distant hearts, a soothing blend that grounds you in the harbor while evoking the passage of time and the persistence of hidden histories. Occasionally, the faint creak of a rope or the rustle of a canvas awning punctuates the calm, a reminder that life, even in stillness, continues to leave its traces, stories folded into every corner. Your breathing remains slow, measured in harmony with the imagined tide, and each inhale brings peace, while each exhale releases tension and worry, leaving only a sense of gentle anticipation. You may notice subtle movements in the fog, the fleeting outline of a figure pausing to glance at the water, or a shadow slipping silently along a dock, never close enough to alarm, but enough to stir a sense of wonder, a gentle thrill that something unseen is quietly observing. The warehouses lining the harbor appear both inviting and mysterious, doors slightly ajar, revealing crates, barrels, and forgotten objects, each containing fragments of history, memories, and secrets that have lingered across generations. Your mind can explore these spaces safely, noting the textures, the smells, the quiet hum of life long past. And in doing so, you enter a rhythm of calm reflection, a connection to the harbor that is both comforting and quietly suspenseful. The lighthouse bell tolls again, its sound carrying across the water like a soft heartbeat, steady and reassuring, linking you to the imaginary figures moving among the docks, to the ebb and flow of history, and to the mysteries the Columbus Day curse has woven into this place. With each wave that laps gently against the hulls, each ripple catching the lantern light, your senses sink deeper into relaxation, guided by the gentle rhythm of water, wood, and whispered stories. Shadows shift and merge with the fog, revealing hints of celebrations long past. Laughter echoing faintly, lanterns swaying in the night air, a distant cheer fading into memory, all contributing to the coziest, most magical sensation that blends calm with intrigue. Let your imagination linger on these small details. The curve of a mast, the shimmer of rope, the faint reflection of clouds on water, all of which bring richness to the harbor without disturbing the serene flow of your thoughts. As this part of the story drifts toward its close, allow the gentle whispers, soft lantern light, and distant bell tones to guide you further into comfort and calm. Feel the subtle magic of the harbor settle around you, a blanket of peace infused with history, legend, and quiet mystery. And as the story fades, permit yourself to drift into a peaceful, restorative sleep, carrying the soft echoes of the Columbus Day curse with you, gentle, coziest, and calming, ready to awaken with renewed wonder. Remember, Midnight Murmurs Radio continues to offer these quiet voyages into history and imagination, each tale a guiding lantern, lighting the path towards serenity and restful sleep. The harbor night stretches on, soft mist curling around the docks like gentle fingers, carrying with it the whispers of long-forgotten stories. And as you remain lying comfortably, feel every part of your body surrender to the calm. Your arms rest lightly by your sides, shoulders loose, chest rising and falling with slow, deliberate breaths, each inhale drawing in serenity, each exhale releasing the burdens of the day. Imagine your mind wandering along the piers, tracing the outlines of weathered wood, ropes coiled with care, lanterns flickering in a delicate rhythm that dances across the water, casting reflections that shimmer and fade like memories brushing the surface of your thoughts. Ships rest silently in their berths, masts reaching toward the heavens, sails long gone. Yet their histories linger, echoing with the footsteps and laughter of those who once celebrated Columbus Day here. Moments of joy mingled with subtle unease that has carried through the centuries. The fog softens the edges of buildings and ships, creating a cocoon of gentle shadow and light. A space where your imagination can roam freely without fear, tracing the quiet movements of imagined figures along the docks. A sailor adjusts his coat by a lantern. A merchant pauses beside a stack of crates, and their presence is felt more than seen, offering a connection to the past, to the delicate balance between history and imagination. The subtle creak of a pier, the rustle of a tarp in the breeze, the distant echo of a lighthouse bell merge into a symphony of calm, guiding your senses into a meditative state, allowing curiosity and serenity to coexist effortlessly. The scent of the harbor drifts through your mind. Salt water, fallen leaves, the faint smoke of distant fires, blending into a comforting aroma that grounds you in this imagined space, wrapping you in gentle tranquility. Shadows shift within the fog, fleeting yet enticing, hinting at secrets buried deep within the harbor. Stories of the Columbus Day curse woven into the wood and water. Mysteries that tease without alarming, inviting contemplation rather than fear. Your imagination can explore these moments safely, noticing the details, the shimmer of lantern light across rippling water, the faint reflection of clouds on the surface, the subtle textures of weathered planks and barrels, all contributing to the richness of this peaceful yet slightly haunting environment. Each wave that laps gently against the hulls, each flicker of light and shadow, each soft creak of wood, draws you further into the calm rhythm of the harbor, a lullaby for your mind and body. The imagined figures continue their quiet routines, unnoticed yet profoundly present, reminders that life and memory intertwine seamlessly in this space, and that history, legend, and imagination coexist in perfect harmony. With each breath, allow yourself to sink deeper into comfort, your mind floating effortlessly along the harbor, carrying the coziest, most magical sense of calm, while hints of mystery linger in the shadows. A soft thrill that tinges without disturbing. The subtle magic of the Columbus Day curse brushes gently against your awareness like the softest touch of a wave on the pier, felt more than seen, sensed more than understood. Let this gentle tension of curiosity and serenity guide you toward the edge of sleep. Each detail, sound, and shadow weaving together into a tapestry of calm, enchantment, and quiet intrigue. As this part of the story fades, feel the harbor's whispers wrap around you, guiding your body and mind into restful slumber, carrying the coziest, most peaceful dreams forward, while the soft echo of history lingers, gentle yet compelling. And remember, if these quiet voyages bring you comfort, Midnight Murmurs Radio is here to guide you through more soothing stories, each a lantern of calm and wonder, inviting you to drift into the most restorative sleep. Asterisk, the night deepens, and the harbor seems to breathe with you, a soft, slow rhythm, echoing the gentle pulse of your own body. You remain lying down, fully supported, arms and legs relaxed, each breath drawing serenity into your mind. Each exhale, releasing tension, the coziest, most calming sensations flowing through every fiber of your being. Imagine yourself walking mentally along the fog-draped piers, the planks beneath your feet worn smooth by countless footsteps, the lanterns swaying in a gentle breeze, casting golden light that dances across the water in ripples and shimmer, guiding your eyes and imagination toward the hidden corners of the harbor. Ships, large and small, rest silently in their berths, hulls reflecting the moonlight, masts reaching toward the heavens, their shadows blending seamlessly with the soft mist, carrying stories of Longo Columbus Day celebrations, whispers of laughter, footsteps, and quiet unease intertwined over generations. A solitary figure moves along a distant dock, adjusting a coat. Lantern light, revealing fleeting glimpses of features lined by time and experience. And you feel a gentle connection to the lives once intertwined with these waters. A subtle thrill brushing lightly across your awareness. Listen closely. The soft creak of wood, the gentle splash of waves against hulls, the distant toll of the lighthouse below harmonize into a calming, meditative rhythm that aligns with your breath and heartbeat, anchoring you in this imagined space of history, magic, and peace. The fog curls around warehouses and crates, revealing hints of objects long forgotten, treasures and relics carrying echoes of choices, secrets, and stories from generations past. You may imagine leaning closer to inspect them, noticing textures, shapes, faint scents, the soft play of light and shadow, all inviting exploration while leaving your mind serene, calm, and engaged with gentle curiosity. As your senses continue to drink in these details, a subtle awareness of the Columbus Day curse lingers, not frightening, but intriguing, a whisper of history, legend, and mystery blending with the magical, peaceful harbor night. Waves lap softly, rippling reflections of lanterns, moonlight, and fog, creating a living tapestry of light and shadow that shifts gently with every breath you take. Your mind floats with this rhythm, drifting effortlessly between the seen and unseen, the calm and the softly mysterious, weaving a cocoon of relaxation while inviting curiosity and imagination to coexist in gentle harmony. The imagined figures continue their quiet routines. A sailor pulls, a merchant adjusts, crates, lanterns sway, shadows stretch across planks and water, all contributing to a feeling of serene immersion in a living, breathing story. Let this harbor, this tapestry of history, magic, and gentle mystery settle fully around you, embracing you in a blanket of calm, coziest, and most peaceful sensations, guiding your journey toward sleep. And as the story gently fades, allow your body to sink deeper into comfort, letting every thought, every breath, every sensation carry you effortlessly into restorative slumber. Remember, if these quiet voyages through history, legend, and imagination bring ye peace, Midnight Murmurs Radio offers more tailies, each one a soft lantern lighting the path to restful sleep, and you can join us by subscribing so the calming whispers of future stories will always find their way to you. As the story disappears into the night, drift fully into peace, letting the harbor's secrets and the soft magic of Columbus Day settle gently into your dreams. Coziest, peaceful, and perfectly calming. The harbor lies under a velvet sky, clouds drifting lazily across the moon, their edges illuminated in silver. As you settle more deeply into your space, body fully supported, arms resting easily at your sides. Take a slow, deep breath, inhaling serenity, exhaling the tension of the day, allowing your mind to drift gently into the imagined scene before you. The wooden piers stretch ahead, slick with two lanterns swinging lightly in a gentle, imagined breeze, their golden light spilling across the water in soft, trembling reflections that dance with the rhythm of your breath. Every detail is alive. The worn texture of planks beneath invisible footsteps, coiled ropes waiting silently, barrels tipped slightly, and the faint scent of salt and fallen leaves filling the air. As your awareness expands, you notice shadows shifting softly in the fog, a figure pausing by the dock, a faint silhouette of a ship's mast disappearing into the haze, each movement gentle, unthreatening, inviting curiosity rather than alarm. The echoes of history whisper across the water. The celebrations of Columbus Day long past, laughter mingled with quiet unease, secrets carried in the footsteps of sailors and townsfolk alike. Shadows of choices that shaped lives and lingered in the harbor's memory. The fog curls around warehouses, crates, and lanterns, softening edges, blurring lines between past and present, and your imagination glides smoothly along this tapestry, tracing patterns of light, shadow, and water, feeling both calm and subtly intrigued by what lies beneath. Waves lap gently against the hulls of moored ships, creating a natural rhythm that matches the slow, deliberate pace of your breath, a lullaby that guides you deeper into relaxation while hinting at mysteries hidden beneath the surface. Occasionally, a faint creak of wood or the rustle of canvas awnings punctuates the stillness, reinforcing the harbor's presence, its stories unfolding in whispers rather than declarations. The lanterns flicker slightly, revealing glimpses of imagined figures adjusting coats, stacking crates, or walking silently along the piers, their movements echoing the interplay between history and legend. You may notice the subtle play of moonlight on water, the way the fog softens shapes, the distant call of a night bird, or the faint vibration of a lighthouse bell, each element layering into the coziest, most calming sense of presence. The Columbus Day curse lingers gently in your awareness, not frightening, but a whisper, a shadow of history and mystery, a thread connecting the past to your imagination as you float along the piers. With each breath, sink deeper into the harbor, is a gentler embrace, letting your senses shrink in the textures, sounds, and scents that surround you. Feel the magic of the night unfold in subtle, soothing rhythms, the shimmer of lantern light on rippling water, the faint sway of ships in the mist, the soft creak of boards beneath imagined footsteps, all forming a gentle symphony that calms while hinting at unseen stories waiting to be discovered. The harbor's history is alive here, but it moves slowly, deliberately, in a way that allows peace and intrigue to coexist. A delicate balance of cozy, peaceful, magical, and calming sensations. Your mind floats along with this rhythm, following the movement of water, shadows, and light, drifting effortlessly through imagined alleys, piers, and warehouses. Guided by the soft whispers of history and legend, let this gentle current carry you toward restful slumber. Each wave, shadow, and flickering lantern guiding your awareness into a calm, meditative state, where curiosity and relaxation coexist perfectly. As the story of the harbor unfolds, notice how the soft magic of the Columbus Day curse touches the edges of your imagination, subtle yet compelling, blending seamlessly with the coziest, most peaceful sensations, leaving you ready to drift further into dreams. And as this part of the story fades, allow yourself to sink fully into the calm, guided by the gentle, rhythmic embrace of the harbor, the soft lantern light, and the whispers of history, knowing that Midnight Murmurs Radio continues to offer these serene voices, each a lantern of wonder and restorative sleep. The harbor remains wrapped in a gentle, silvery mist, lanterns swaying softly, casting delicate reflections across the calm water. And as you lie fully supported, arms at ease and body relaxed, let your mind wander into the imagined scene, guided by the rhythm of your slow, deliberate breaths. Inhale serenity, exhale tension, releasing every thought that does not belong to this quiet, magical night. Feel the soft texture of the piers beneath imagined feet, the gentle sway of ropes, and the subtle glimmer of water caressed by moonlight. Each detail weaving together the coziest, most calming sensations. The warehouses along the harbor stand silently, their windows glowing faintly, hinting at lives once lived, celebrations of Columbus Day, and secrets that have rested here for generations. Shadows stretch and blend with the fog, revealing glimpses of figures moving gently along the docks, their presence fleeting, unthreatening, yet adding a layer of intrigue and mystery to the calm. Imagine walking slowly among the crates and barrels, noting the faded markings, the textures of wood and rope, and the soft creak of boards underfoot, each sound harmonizing with the lapping waves, creating a natural lullaby that guides your mind into deeper relaxation. The air carries the scents of salt water, fallen leaves, and faint smoke from distant chimneys, blending into a comforting aroma that grounds your imagination and draws you further into the serene harbor scene. Across the water, the outline of ships stretches toward the horizon, masts reaching into the night sky, their reflections shimmering like ghostly echoes of history, stories embedded in the wood, the water, and the fog. Listen carefully. The subtle splash of a wave, the whisper of wind through rigging, the distant toll of the lighthouse below combine into a soothing rhythm, a gentle heartbeat of the harbor, guiding you into peaceful, magical calm. The Columbus Day curse whispers lightly in your awareness, not alarming, but teasing curiosity, suggesting secrets hidden within the folds of time, stories carried by those who once walked these piers, whose footsteps are faintly echoed in your imagination. The The fog shifts around warehouses and lanterns, softening edges, blending light and shadow, inviting your mind to explore without fear. Tracing the outlines of past celebrations, the quiet glances of townsfolk, the delicate interplay of joy and unease that lingers through centuries. You may notice the faint glow of lanterns reflecting off water, the gentle sway of ropes, the distant silhouettes of figures moving slowly, each adding depth and texture to the harbor's quiet narrative. Waves continue to lap softly, each ripple catching fragments of moonlight, each sound harmonizing with your breath, your heartbeat, in the gentle rhythm of the imagined world. Shadows dance lightly across docks and piers, moving in sync with your awareness, blending calm and curiosity, peace and subtle intrigue. Coziest and most magical sensations enfolding you in their gentle embrace. Let your mind follow these whispers, shadows, and lantern reflections drifting freely along the piers, exploring warehouses, pausing at crates, inhaling the quiet sense of history, water, and fog, all while remaining perfectly safe and serenely calm. As the night continues, the subtle magic of the Columbus Day curse weaves through your imagination, touching the edges of consciousness like the softest of waves against the pier. Gentle yet compelling, blending mystery with the coziest, most peaceful and calming experience. The harbor holds its secrets close, yet invites your curiosity, guiding your awareness through a meditative rhythm of soft creaks, ripples, lantern light, and whispers of the past. And as this part of the story fades, allow yourself to sink further into the calming embrace of the harbor, letting history, legend, and quiet magic carry you gently toward restful, restorative sleep, knowing that Midnight Murmurs Radio is always here to guide you through the coziest, most peaceful stories imaginable. The harbor's mist thickens slightly, wrapping the piers, ships, and warehouses in a silvery haze, and as you remain lying comfortably, let your breath flow slowly and evenly, inhaling the coziest, most peaceful sensations, exhaling any tension, letting the world outside fade entirely. The lanterns sway softly, their reflections shimmering across the water, creating ripples of light that dance slowly with the rhythm of your imagination. Every wooden plank beneath imagined feet feels textured, familiar, carrying the stories of countless past steps, of Columbus Day celebrations long forgotten, of whispers and laughter mingled with unease. Along the docks, shadows move gently, almost imperceptibly, as if the harbor itself is breathing, alive with quiet magic, a tapestry of history and imagination intertwined. The faint creak of ropes, the soft slap of waves against hulls, and the distant echo of the lighthouse bell form a symphony that draws your senses deeper into calm, each sound anchoring your awareness into the serene, magical rhythm of the harbor night. Warehouses stand silently, their windows dimly glowing, casting long shadows across crates and barrels, while the fog softens every edge, creating a safe cocoon where curiosity and relaxation exist together. Imagine the scent of salt water mingled with fallen leaves, faint smoke, and old timber wrapping around you in a gentle embrace, soothing your mind and guiding it into a meditative state. The figures along the docks remain subtle and ghostly, moving slowly and deliberately, offering glimpses of life, echoes of choices and moments in history that now rest quietly, preserved within the harbor's mysterious charm. The subtle presence of the Columbus Day curse brushes lightly against your imagination, like a whisper across the water, hinting at secrets buried deep within the harbor. Histories waiting to be discovered, yet never startling, only sparking gentle intrigue. Lanterns flicker, casting warm, magical light across rippling water, illuminating the gentle sway of masts, ropes, and the occasional figure pausing, adjusting, or simply standing quietly, their presence felt more than seen, adding texture to the peaceful yet mysterious atmosphere. Waves leapt softly, their rhythm synchronizing with your breath, a lullaby of coziest, calming, magical sensations that soothe both body and mind, inviting you to drift ever more deeply into the gentle embrace of the night. Shadows play lightly across the docks, dancing with the lanterns' reflections, teasing the imagination without fear, offering a sense of gentle suspense that mingles seamlessly with relaxation. The peaceful charm of the harbor, interwoven with subtle hints of legend and history. Imagine wandering mentally among crates, barrels, and warehouses, touching textures, sensing aromas, listening closely to the soft sounds of water, wood, and fog, all forming a cocoon of calming presence. Each element wave, shadow, flicker of lantern light, figure moving softly guides your mind deeper into serenity. The gentle thrill of the Columbus Day curse, blending with coziest, most magical, and peaceful feelings. Let this harbor, this gentle interplay of light, shadow, sound, and history, carry your awareness further into the dreamlike state, where imagination, calm, and curiosity coexist perfectly. As this part of the story fades, feel the harbor's whispers, the subtle magic of the past, and the coziest, most peaceful sensations enveloping you, guiding you effortlessly toward restful, restorative sleep. Knowing that Midnight Murmurs Radio will continue to lead you through gentle, calming voyages, each one a lantern of magic and serenity. Asterisk, the harbor air carries a deeper hush. Tonight, mist curling in soft tendrils around the piers and warehouses, and as you lie comfortably, arms resting lightly by your sides, allow every muscle to release its weight, every thought to settle gently into calm. Inhale slowly, drawing in the coziest, most peaceful sensations. Exhale fully, letting the world outside fade further, leaving only the quiet harbor and your imagination entwined. Lanterns flicker in gentle rhythm, their golden light painting the water in long, shimmering reflections. Moving with the subtle undulations of the tide, wooden planks beneath imagined feet feel solid yet worn, carrying centuries of steps, whispers of Columbus Day celebrations mingled with the unspoken tales of merchants, sailors, and townsfolk whose lives brushed these docks in moments both joyful and uneasy. The fog softens every edge, weaving the landscape into a cocoon of tranquility, a perfect space for your imagination to wander safely, exploring the subtle magic of history without fear. Gentle waves lap against hulls, their soft rhythm syncing with your breathing, a natural lullaby that guides your mind into deeper relaxation. The distant toll of the lighthouse bell punctuates the stillness, each reverberation blending seamlessly with the creak of boards, the rustle of ropes, and the faint murmur of figures moving slowly along the docks. Shadowed silhouettes shift in the fog, graceful, ephemeral, hinting at lives once lived, choices made, and secrets buried deep beneath the harbor's surface. Each movement is delicate, a whisper of history that brushes against your awareness, blending with the coziest, most calming imagery of lantern light, rippling water, and gently swaying masts. The subtle presence of the Columbus Day curse teases the edges of imagination, a faint thread connecting past and present, history and legend, curiosity and serenity. It is not alarming. Rather, it is a gentle intrigue, a soft brush of mystery that mingles with magical, peaceful sensations, coaxing the mind to linger in the harbor ese tranquil embrace. Crates, barrels, and warehouses emerge in your mental vision, textures rich under fingertips, faint scents of salt water, fallen leaves, and aged wood filling the imagined air, creating layers of sensory calm. Lantern reflections flicker on the water, catching the mist in ephemeral patterns that seem to dance and dissolve, guiding the imagination along paths of curiosity without disruption. Soft whispers of past conversations, laughter, and quiet exchanges drift through the harbor, as if the fog carries echoes of moments long past, weaving seamlessly into the serene, coziest experience of the night. Every creak, splash, and distant murmur blends into a meditative rhythm, aligning with your breath, your heartbeat, and the slow, gentle pace of your imagination, pulling you further into a state of peace and wonder. The harbor's magic, subtle yet pervasive, invites exploration of history, mystery, and gentle suspense, each detail a lantern of calm in a tapestry of soft, slightly ruffled intrigue. As your mind drifts along the piers, following shadows, lantern reflections, and the quiet sway of ships, the story of the Columbus Day curse weaves gently around you, a soft layer of mystery complementing the coziest, most peaceful, calming sensations. Let every element of fog, the water, the lanterns, the faint echoes carry your awareness further into restful tranquility, where imagination, curiosity, and relaxation coexists perfectly. And as this part of the story slowly fades, feel yourself sinking deeper into calm, fully immersed in the serene harbor, guided gently towards sleep, knowing that Midnight Murmurs Radio continues to illuminate these gentle, magical voyajes, each a lantern for your mind and dreams. The harbor remains suspended in gentle silence, a world of silver mist, soft lantern light, and the slow, calming rhythm of waves brushing against the piers. As you lie fully supported, let your body sink further into comfort. Each breath a gentle tide drawing peace into your chest, exhaling tension into the night. Imagine walking slowly along the docks, planks smooth beneath imagined feet, lanterns swaying overhead, casting reflections that ripple across the water, each shimmer blending coziest, most peaceful and calming sensations. Faint shadows move along warehouses, crates, and masts, ghost-like yet comforting, hinting at the lives that once passed through this harbor. The stories of Columbus Day, celebrations mingled with whispered secrets, and histories carried quietly on the tide. Listen closely. The soft creak of wood, the gentle splash of water against hulls, the distant toll of the lighthouse bell, all harmonizing into a soothing rhythm that guides your mind deeper into relaxation, aligning perfectly with your breath. The fog drifts lazily, curling around lanterns and rigging, softening edges, blending shapes and shadows, inviting your imagination to explore gently, safely, and fully immersed in the magical atmosphere of the harbor. The subtle presence of the Columbus Day curse lingers like a whispered echo, a thread of mystery that brushes your imagination lightly, intriguing without alarming, weaving history and legend into the coziest, most magical calm. Crates and barrels, warehouses and piers. Each object carries a texture, a scent, a sound that your imagination can savor. The faint scent of salt water, the rustle of ropes, the soft thud of wood under imagined steps, all harmonizing to create a meditation of sensory details. Figures drift through the fog, sometimes visible, sometimes only suggested by shadows and movement, their presence adding layers of gentle intrigue, stories softly told through gestures and fleeting glimpses. Waves lap rhythmically against the piers, lantern reflections shimmer, and the fog swirls in patterns that feel deliberate, choreographed by the harbor itself, all contributing to a meditative journey where curiosity and calm coexist. The magical rhythm of this harbor, where history and legend meet, invites you to float through the scene, exploring textures, sounds, and shadows without urgency, tension, or fear. Coziest and most peaceful sensations guiding each imagined step. Subtle hints of past choices, celebrations, and secrets of Columbus Day mingle with the serenity of the night, a perfect balance of curiosity, calm, and gentle suspense that keeps the imagination engaged while the body drifts toward rest. As the night deepens, the harbor becomes a cocoon of soft light, gentle sound, and magical intrigue, where your mind wanders effortlessly, tracing the ripples of water, the sway of lanterns, and the shadows of those long past. Let this tapestry of calm and mystery carry you fully into restorative, peaceful sleep, every breath guiding you deeper into tranquility. And as this part of the story fades, remember that Midnight Murmurs Radio will continue to offer these gentle voyages through history, legend, and imagination, each one a soft lantern guiding your dreams. The coziest, most peaceful, magical, and calming light accompanying you to rest. Asterisk, the harbor stretches endlessly beneath a soft, moonlit sky, the mist curling gently around piers and ships, lanterns casting golden reflections that shimmer across the water's surface. As you lie completely supported, arms resting loosely at your sides, allow your breath to deepen, slow, aligning with the gentle rhythm of waves lapping against the docks. Inhale serenity, exhale tension, letting the coziest, most peaceful and calming sensations fill every corner of your mind and body. The soft creak of wooden planks under imagined footsteps, the distant echo of the lighthouse bell, the faint rustle of ropes, and the whisper of fog weaving around lanterns form a symphony of subtle sounds, each a delicate guide deeper into relaxation and quiet curiosity. Shadows drift slowly across warehouses and crates, ghost-like yet comforting, hinting at past celebrations, whispers of Columbus Day, and the quiet mysteries that have lingered in the harbor for generations. The Columbus Day curse hovers lightly in your imagination, a thread of history and legend brushing softly against the edges of your awareness, teasing curiosity without alarm, blending seamlessly with magical, calming sensations. Your mind may trace the lantern's reflections rippling across the water, follow the soft sway of masts, or explore shadowed corners of the piers, all while feeling perfectly safe, enveloped in the serene embrace of the harbor night. Faint scents of salt water, fallen leaves, and aged would fill the imagined air, each inhalation guiding you further into meditative calm. Figures drift subtly in the fog, some glimpsed fully, others only suggested by movement, echoes of choices, secrets, and celebrations that have left their mark on this timeless place. Every wave, every whisper of wind, every flicker of lantern light harmonizes with your breath, creating a gentle, peaceful rhythm that carries you further into relaxation. The magic of the harbor, intertwined with history and legend, allows curiosity and calm to coexist, coziest and most magical sensations guiding you along the docks, through warehouses, and along shadowed piers. Subtle hints of past lives and long-forgotten celebrations mingle with the soft, rhythmic sounds of the night, a delicate balance of intrigue and serenity that soothes the body while engaging the imagination. As the fog drifts slowly, wrapping the harbor in silvery haze, feel yourself sinking deeper into calm, the gentle enchantment of the Columbus Day curse, and the serene harbor guiding you toward restful, restorative sleep. Let the lantern's reflections, the soft creaks, the lapping waves, and the whispered stories of history and legend become your lullaby, each note inviting your mind to wander peacefully among coziest, most calming, magical, and peaceful sensations. And as this story fades, allow yourself to drift completely into sleep, knowing the harbor's mysteries and gentle magic will remain softly in your imagination. Remember that Midnight Murmurs Radio is here to guide you through each tranquil, magical voyage, bringing stories, legend, and coziest calm to your dreams. If you enjoyed this journey, please consider subscribing to the channel so Evelyn Blackwood can continue to bring you peaceful sleep stories, guided sleep meditations, and relaxing tales of history and mystery. Good night, and may your sleep be as serene, magical, and calming as the harbor under the moonlit mist.